Good afternoon. The December 5th, 2024 meeting of the Committee on Finance and Administrative Services is now called to order. Will the Chief Advisor please call the roll?
Chair Nukas, Vice Chair Hatch,
Present.
Secretary Davis,
Present.
Trustee Hightower,
Present.
Student Trustee Ramirez,
Present.
Chief Advisor, do we have a quorum?
yes, there's quorum.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. As the Chief Advisor just noted, we do have a quorum. CFO Maribel Rodriguez will give remarks on presentation at the 2 o'clock board meeting. At this time, we'll review the board reports to be considered during the regular board meeting, which will take place later this afternoon at 2 o'clock. Will the Senior Assistant Board Liaison please proceed with the review of the board reports?
Thank you, Trustee. Presenters, please proceed one after the other, briefly pausing to give the trustees an opportunity to ask any questions they have about the items being presented. We will begin with resolutions. Resolutions 1.00 through 1.02 will be reviewed by Provost Potter. CFO Rodriguez will review 1.03 and 1.04. VC Anthony will review 1.05. President Janoski will review 1.06. CIO Agarwal will review 1.07. President Sanders will review 1.08 through 1.10. And Chief Advisor Phillips will review 1.12 and 1.13.
Resolution 1.00 seeks approval for an intergovernmental agreement with the University of Illinois Chicago for use of the UIC Forum to hold our 2025 Adult Education Illinois High School Diploma Recognition Ceremony on Saturday, June 14th, 2025. Every year, this is a powerful and celebratory event marking the end of the adult education school year and featuring speeches from students at all 6 of our colleges with adult education programs. The maximum total cost of this IGA, inclusive of space, parking vouchers, and minimal catering services, is $32,376.60. Resolution 1.01 is for approval of a new program at Kennedy King College, the Master Builder Advanced Certificate, to be offered at Dawson Technical Institute. This certificate combines our 4 trade basic certificates into a single credential, preparing students for roles in multiple trades, as well as providing the exposure to manage multiple aspects of construction projects. This program also provides a seamless pathway for CPS Chicago Build students to enter into it with the benefit of credit for prior learning. At this point, I'd like to ask President Webb Walker to share briefly how this new Master Builder program came to be developed.
Thank you, Dr. Potter, and greetings, members of the board. As Provost Potter mentioned, this program was born out of the Career Launch Chicago partnership with CPS, which opens doors to pre-apprenticeship opportunities as students gain hands-on training in carpentry, electrical, HVAC, and welding. This program expands that training to include plumbing and masonry. CPS students entering the program enjoy advanced placement benefits with a partnership with the Mid-America Carpenters Union. Developed in collaboration with CPS Chicago Builds, City College's early college program, and industry partners, including Inherent Homes, Prosperity Properties, and Structure Rewrite, Dawson instructors Aaron Smith, Domel Yisrael, John McGee, and James Burford, along with Dean Anisha Kelly, this initiative is shaping a brighter, more inclusive future in the trades.
Thank you, President. Resolution 1.02 is for approval of a new program also at Kennedy King College, the Associate in Applied Science in Film Production. This degree program will prepare students for careers in cinematography, film production, directing, editing, and other aspects of film production, all of which have strong labor market demand in Chicago and Cook County. Once more, I'd like to ask President Webb Walker to share how the faculty at Kennedy King College worked to bring this new degree program about.
Development of the film production program was conceived in 2020 when KKC was first highlighted by Kwame Amoaku, then director of the city's Department of Cultural Affairs and Special Events, or DCASE, as a recommended location for outside production entities. At that time, there was a growing interest in Chicago for film productions, which prompted a team led by Dr. Enid Wells, Chair of Media Communications and Humanities, to create a curriculum to provide training for a diverse workforce. KKC faculty members Daniel Christian and Gianno Cromley, along with members of the Broadcast Education Association, led this development in collaboration with Peter Hawley, Deputy Director of the Illinois Film Office, Jonah Zeiger of the Chicago Film Office at DCASE, and Christine List, Professor of Film and Screenwriting at Northwestern University.
Resolution 1.03 is for the approval of the City College's FY24 external audit, which was completed on November 26, 2024. The audit is required to be completed by December 15 per the ICCB. CCC has received a clean opinion on our financial statements. After approval by this board, we will file with the City of Chicago and ICCB. Resolution 1.04 is for the approval of our annual property tax levy. The amount of the levy was approved as part of our FY 2025 annual budget and includes an increase to the property tax cap, new properties and expired TIF districts. Subsequent to the approval, we will file with the county clerks of the Cook County and DuPage. Thank you.
Resolution 1.05 requests the board's authority to enter into a revenue-generating agreement with Enterwise Global Technologies LLC, doing business as CPower, for participation in the Emergency Capacity Demand Response Program for a period starting no sooner than January 1, 2025 through May 31, 2027, with the option to extend the agreement for 3 one-year terms. As a voluntary participant in the program, the district will receive incentive payments for providing verifiable electric load reductions during demand response tests and events.
Resolution 1.06 is a resolution to authorize payment to the Scorers Table. Richard J. Daley College utilized services with vendor The Scorers Table for basketball statistics input and spotting on the dates of 11/2/2023, 2/17/2024, and 2/22/2024. A fiscal year 2024 purchase order was not in place for services. The CCC policy of contract approval and obtaining a valid purchase order prior to services being rendered was not followed. Daley College recommends and requests payment to the Scorers Table of $1,424.
Resolution 1.07 requests the board's approval to rescind Board Report 34827, adopted on June 1, 2023, to be replaced with a new agreement with STI Presence LLC with an updated starting date and licensing numbers. Thank you.
For the record, this is an updated resolution. Resolution 1.08 is a request for the board to approve an unauthorized purchase relative to an event at MXC. An employee knowingly and without authorization allowed a vendor to participate in one of our programs without a PO or contract. That employee has received corrective action for this violation of board policy. In addition, legal has recommended that we pay the vendor to avoid reputational harm or possible legal claims. As such, we are requesting authorization to pay Cambridge Classical Academy $4,850 for the services rendered at Malcolm X College on September 26th through the 27th, 2024. Again, this is an updated resolution. Resolution 1.09 is a request for the board to approve an unauthorized purchase relative to an event at MXC. It's the same employee, so I'll move down to, we are requesting authorization to pay Art by Badu $4,850 for the services rendered at Malcolm X College on September 26th through the 27th, 2024. Again, this is an updated resolution. Resolution 1.10 is a request for the board to approve the purchase of plane tickets expected to exceed $1,000 for the Study Abroad program. The Study Abroad program is expected to travel to Accra, Ghana, Paris, France, and Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, with 30 students and 10 chaperones. Each trip has the potential to have airfare costs exceeding $1,000 per person.
Resolution 1112 will be presented and voted on at the regular board meeting. Resolution 1113 is a resolution for the release and disposition of closed session minutes from August 2022 to December 2022. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Deputy CTO Nichols, please review Personnel Report 2.00.
Board Item 2.100 is a request to approve the December 2024 Personnel Report. There are 69 actions on this month's report. They include 16 new and rehires, 42 promotions, titles, and salary changes, and 11 separations and retirements. This concludes this month's Personnel Report.
EVC Herrero, please review Item 3.00, the Resource Development Report.
Thank you. This month, we are reporting 5 grants totaling, awarded, totaling $2,459,450, and 25 grants submitted totaling $8,342,374. Additionally, we are reporting 3 donations totaling $70,115. City Colleges of Chicago received 2 awards from the Department of Family and Support Services to fund our on-site early childhood programming at multiple colleges. An award of $1,468,736 will provide support for early Head Start services for children from birth to 3 years old and their families at Olive Harvey, Truman, Kennedy King, and Malcolm X colleges. A second award of $765,714 supports Head Start services for children from 3 to 5 years old and their families at Olive Harvey, Kennedy King, and Malcolm X colleges. Wilbur Wright College received the $75,000 grant from Chicago Public Schools through their Promising Practice Innovation Fund. This award will support programming to enhance persistence and graduation rates of CPS students who have enrolled at the college. This concludes the December Resource Development Report.
Thank you. We will now review the proposed agreements. President Sanders will review 4.00 through 4.05. VC Warner will review 4.06. CFO Rodriguez will review 4.07 and 4.08. Deputy CTO Nichols will review 4.09. VC Anthony will review 4.10 through 4.13. President Orders will review 4.14 and 4.15. CIO Argawal will review 4.16 through 4.21. Provost Potter will review 4.22 through 4.25, and President Janowski will review 4.26.
Again, for the record, this is an updated board report. 4.0 is a request for the board to authorize the extension of an agreement with Muna Tree Holdings to provide transportation, housing, food, and academic programming associated with MXC's International Study Abroad program for the period of December 5th, 2024 through July 31st, 2025 at a cost not to exceed $140,850. EDU Africa, which is the working name of Muna Tree Holdings, will provide selected and qualified students with access to high-quality social-emotional cultural competency, identity attainment, and service learning content during trips to Accra, Ghana, 2/15 through 2/23, 2025, and Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, 6/20 through 6/29, 2025. This vendor has proven to be responsive and responsible and has curated a plan that meets our educational objectives. In addition, the preliminary data from the Study Abroad program suggests that the program is successful, with previous participants registering a 30% increase in retention, 14% increase in grade point average, and a nearly 39% increase in credit hour attainment. All trips include seats for students and chaperones from our sister campuses and are paid with grant funds. This program supports the strategic levers of exceptional student experience, equity, and excellence. Board Report 4.01 is a request for the board to authorize an agreement with SimTutor Incorporated to provide online simulated student tutoring subscriptions from December 5th, 2025 through June 30th, 2025 at a cost not to exceed $56,925. SimTutor is a subscription, cloud-based software designed to allow students to learn and practice clinical skills online from a laptop or tablet. Simulations allow the learner to complete the processes and procedures in a risk-free environment as many times as they need in order to master hands-on skill competency in labor clinical education courses. This purchase will include up to 575 six-month subscriptions and 6 program director logins to support medical assisting, dental hygiene, phlebotomy, pharmacy technician, health information technology, and radiology technologist students. The program director logins will allow access to a student dashboard to measure engagement and assess skill development, progression, and status. This needed academic support is funded from our PATH grant and supports the strategic levers of exceptional student experience, equity, and excellence. Board Report 4.02 is a request for the board to authorize an agreement with Henry Schein to facilitate the purchase of dental kits approved under Board Report 35037, pass-through charges, for students in the dental hygiene clinic for the period of December 5th, 2025 through June 30th, 2027, at a cost not to exceed $403,013.70. This agreement is crucial to dental hygiene students as it completes the process to allow financial aid to be utilized in order to pay for master kits each student previously had to purchase out of pocket. The master kits are required and essential for dental hygiene students to complete their clinical training and master the skills necessary to graduate and successfully pass their licensing exams. This initiative supports the strategic levers of exceptional student experience, equity, economic responsiveness, and excellence. Board Report 4.03 is a request for the board to authorize an agreement with Henry Schein to purchase and install dental chairs in our dental hygiene clinic at Malcolm X College for the period of December 5th, 2024 through June 30th, 2025 at a total cost not to exceed $57,496.66. 2 of our dental hygiene chairs have become inoperable and must be replaced to match the cohort of students in the dental hygiene program, as well as provide much needed dental services to the community. Board Report 4.04 is a request for the board to authorize an agreement with Midwest Computer Products Incorporated to purchase and install an LED video wall for the period commencing December 5th, 2024 through December 4th, 2025 at a total cost not to exceed $233,733. Malcolm X College has had significant challenges with our external video walls, resulting in constant, costly replacements of the present monitors. This new application, which is similar to the external equipment used by the United Center, is resistant to weather, has greater durability, has canals to eliminate water stains and corrosion, has higher visibility, greater depth perception than the present application. In addition, each segment of the wall retains its programming, so outages are easily repaired by popping out the existing segment and replacing it with the new segment, which will now assume the previous programming. This vendor will achieve 25% MBE and will abide by all other procurement requirements. This project is capital funded. This initiative supports the strategic levers of economic responsiveness and excellence. Board Report 4.05 is a request for the board to authorize the execution of an agreement with CDW Government, LLC, to purchase Microsoft Windows 11 compliant computers, monitors, and applicable licensing for the period of December 5th, 2025 through June 30th, 2026 at a total cost not to exceed $173,862. Malcolm X College has been in its new building for 8 years, and the registration one-stop shop queuing system known as QNAMI operates off of Microsoft compliant computers as well as our student services conference rooms and the laptops for staff. Their assigned computers have reached their life cycle and have or are expected to fail. This agreement will allow MXC to replace computers and monitors as they fail and ensure they are programmed appropriately for present and future use. This agreement meets both MBE and WBE requirements and is capital funded.
Agreement 4.06 requests the board's approval of an agreement with Fuda Incorporated for a spend not to exceed $864,000 to fund food purchases for the period from January 2025 through May 2025. This agreement will support City College's ambitious vision to support students' food security for life as part of our Thrive strategy, which is aligned with our strategic framework lever of being a student-ready and equitable institution. The pilot program will pay for on-campus meals for 900 food-insecure students during the spring 2025 term, including 300 students at each of 3 colleges, including Kennedy King College, Olive Harvey College, and Malcolm X College. These 3 colleges demonstrated the highest levels of food insecurity based on our spring 2024 administration of the Hope Survey of Basic Needs. Through this agreement, meals will be provided through CCC's existing food cafeteria vendor, FUDA, to enable rapid operationalizing of this food pilot. And students involved in the pilot will receive $15 per day, 4 days per week throughout the spring term to purchase food while on campus using FUDA's mobile app. This will provide an easy and stigma-free solution to access food, allowing students to maintain their focus on learning while on campus. Learnings from this pilot regarding its impact on student success will inform future scaling efforts.
Agreement 4.07 is a request to renew an agreement with Nelnet Business Solutions. Nelnet provides city colleges with students' payment plan services. Nelnet will also be providing credit card processing services at each college business office. This renewal is for an additional 2 years period from March 1, 2025 through February 28, 2027, at a total cost not to exceed $950,000. Agreement 4.08 is a request for an agreement with corporate travel. This to provide corporate travel services for group, athletic, and study abroad programs. The contract period will be from December 5, 2024 to November 10, 2028, at a total cost not to exceed $2.6 million. Thank you.
Agreement 4.09 is a request to authorize the execution of a renewal agreement with Sterling Infosystems Incorporated, formerly Employment Background Investigations Incorporated, for background checks and pre-employment screening services for a period from January 2nd, 2025 through January 1st, 2027, at a total cost not to exceed $480,000.
Thank you. Agreement 4.10 requests the board's authority to enter an agreement with Specialty Consulting to provide environmental consulting services such as asbestos testing and abatement, water quality testing, and chemical removal on an as-needed basis for the period of January 1, 2025 through September 30, 2026, at a total cost not to exceed $400,000, with 2 options to renew for 2 years each. Agreement 4.11 requests the board's authority to exercise the option to renew the agreement with North American Corporation for janitorial equipment purchase, equipment maintenance and repair services, and the purchase of janitorial supplies for the period of February 1, 2025 through January 31, 2026, at a total cost not to exceed $125,000. Agreement 4.12 requests the board's authority to enter an agreement with the Church of God in Christ, 6th Jurisdiction of Illinois, to purchase property located at 4645-4647 West Madison Street for the period starting no sooner than December 5th, 2024 through the closing of the property sale transaction at a total cost not to exceed $250,000. And Agreement 4.13 requests the board's authority to enter a depends upon requirements agreement with Action Cleaners, doing business as ACR, to provide emergency facility restoration services on an as-needed basis for the period starting no sooner than December 5th, 2024 through March 31, 2027, for a total cost not to exceed $750,000.
Board Agreement 4.14 requests the board to authorize an agreement for purchase of CNC machinery from Midwest Machinery Resources, LLC. The purchase will take place no later than February 15, 2025, at a total cost not to exceed $87,794.22. The purchase of the machinery enhances and elevates the CNC program by providing hands-on experience with advanced industry standards equipment. The investment ensures that students are well prepared for modern manufacturing careers. Funding for this agreement comes from the Workforce Equity Initiative grant. Board Agreement 4.15 requests the board to authorize an agreement with Pay Systems, Inc. to purchase and install audiovisual equipment for Wilbur Wrights College Atrium for a term commencing no sooner than December 5th, 2024, and continuing through June 30th, 2026, at a total cost not to exceed $106,000. The audiovisual equipment will be installed in the recently constructed stage at the college atrium. The equipment and upgrades will support college events, student activities, CPS career fairs, engineering classes, and external community events.
Item 4.16 requests the board's approval to enter into an agreement with Alert Media Incorporated for a district-wide emergency mass notification system commencing no sooner than January 1, 2025 and continuing for 3 years at a total cost not to exceed $213,000. The vendor was selected through an RFP process, and we recommend a waiver of the MBE-WBE contract participation plan due to the emergency service nature of the agreement and the absence of the subcontracting opportunities. Item 4.17 requests the board's approval to renew the agreement with Sierra Cedar Incorporated SCI for managed hosting of enterprise PeopleSoft applications and related infrastructure from January 1, 2025 through December 31, 2026 at a total cost not to exceed $4 million. The vendor was selected through an RFP process and is compliant with the board-approved MBE-WBE contract participation plan. Item 4.18 requests the board's approval to execute the agreement with STI Presence LLC to deploy and support ServiceNow IT service management solution for district-wide problem and knowledge management technical support ticketing system for a period of 5 years, commencing no sooner than December 1, 2024 at a total cost not to exceed $1,154,671. The vendor was selected through an RFP process and is compliant with the MBE-WBE contract participation plan. Item 4.19 requests the board's approval to enter into an agreement with Pace Systems Incorporated for the purchase of Microsoft Windows 11 compliant computers and applicable licensing for a term commencing no sooner than December 5, 2024 and continuing through June 30th, 2026 at a total cost not to exceed $1,329,000. The vendors utilized are compliant with MBE-WBE contract participation plan. Item 4.20 requests the board's approval to enter into agreement with Carasoft Technology Corporation to provide SalesWings licenses for the CRM system for the period of January 15th, 2025 through January 14th, 2026 at a total cost not to exceed $33,952. We recommend a waiver of the MBE-WBE contract participation plan due to the nature of the agreement for procurement of software licenses and the absence of subcontracting opportunities. I have one more, right? Item 4.21, that's the last one, requests the board's approval to amend the agreement with AT&T Corporation to provide telecom services to the district, changing the start date from August 1, 2024 to December 5, 2024, and continuing for 36 months. The only change in this amendment are the dates to account for the latest start date to prolong negotiations, with no other changes in cost or scope. The vendor is exempt from the district competitive bidding requirements pursuant to state law regulating procurement of telecommunications and interconnect equipment, software, and services. We recommend a waiver of the MBE-WBE contract participation plan due to the telecommunication services nature of the agreement and absence of subcontracting opportunities. Thank you.
Item 4.22 seeks approval for an agreement with Gideon Taylor for the license and implementation of GT eForms and WebUX, which will enable the development of a student-centered enrollment system for continuing education courses and programs across city colleges. The system will allow current and prospective continuing education students to search and filter for courses and programs from a single online site and then register and pay for classes. The Office of Procurement Services has reviewed the proposed compliance plan and has determined that the vendor has complied with the board-approved MBE-WBE contract participation plan with a recommended 25% waiver of the MBE goal. The agreement will commence after December 5th, 2024, and last for 1 year at a total cost not to exceed $530,000. Agreement 4.23 seeks approval to enter into agreement with Biblioteca LLC to maintain the library security systems for Olive Harvey College and Harold Washington College for the term beginning no sooner than January 15th, 2025 and ending August 10th, 2025, at a total cost not to exceed $2,700.90. Item 4.24 is an agreement with Five Star Interpreting Chicago LLC to provide sign language interpretation both in and out of classroom settings needed to meet accessibility standards. City Colleges does have its own sign language interpreters on staff, both part-time and full-time, and this agreement with a third-party provider adds capacity and flexibility and enhances our ability to meet every need that arises in order to remain compliant with federal law and to provide student supports appropriate for our mission. The agreement is for 1 year commencing no sooner than January 1st, 2025, at a total cost not to exceed $250,000. Agreement 4.25 seeks board approval to enter into agreement with Blackboard, Inc. to provide Blackboard Ally, a tool that aids in ensuring ADA compliance of instructional materials that are uploaded to our learning management system. Ally will support faculty as they upload content, flag materials that are not ADA compliant, and provide options for resolving the issues. Ally is also a tool that we can use to audit materials across the institution to ensure greater levels of compliance. The agreement is for 1 year commencing no sooner than January 1st, 2025, at a total cost not to exceed $78,690.
Agreement 4.26 is to execute an agreement with Moss Industries and Iverson and Company for equipment maintenance and repair services and the purchase of maintenance and repair parts and supplies as needed for the period of December 5th, 2024 through December 31st, 2027, at a total cost not to exceed $300,000. Moss Industries and Iverson and Company will provide equipment maintenance and repair services, as well as the purchase of maintenance and repair parts and supplies to maintain the advanced manufacturing training and lab equipment at both Daily MTech and AVI in proper working order. The vendor will also provide repair and preventive maintenance services of manufacturing training equipment as needed.
Thank you. For purchase reports, VC Anthony will review 5.00, and President Hollingsworth will review 5.01.
Purchase 5.00 requests the board's authority for the monthly electrical low-voltage job order contractor construction projects to be performed by the listed contractors. Board Report 34742 authorized utilization of JOC as a delivery method to perform low-voltage electrical repairs, improvements, and maintenance. This month's report lists one project for a total cost not to exceed $329,678.53.
Board Report 5.01 seeks the board's authority to authorize the issuance of a purchase order with Snap-on Industrial to provide tire mount, demount, and tire pressure certification kits for the period beginning December 5, 2024 through June 30th, 2025, at a total cost not to exceed $40,000.
Thank you. General Counsel Goen, please review item 6.00, the payment of legal invoices.
Item 6.00 requests approval of legal fees totaling $104,466.02. Such fees cover litigation, labor, employment, corporate, and higher education matters.
Thank you. Trustee Hatch, pending no further questions, that concludes the review of board reports.
Thank you. May I have a motion to discharge the December 5th, 2024 minutes, resolutions, excluding Resolution 1.12, which will be voted on at a regular board meeting.
So moved.
Personnel reports, resource development, agreements, purchases, legal invoices included on today's committee agenda as part of the consent agenda to the December 5th, 2024 regular board meeting.
And now? So moved.
Been moved in second. Yeah, we vote, we can adjourn.
So moved.
Second, all right, thank you. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. We are adjourned.